Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inside Talk Show. I'm Carla Elizondo, where it's an inside job. We study the innards, inside, going inside. Then we can go outside. We are continuing the reading, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. We're on chapter 19, Essentials. The essential point in the successful use of the law of assumption are these. First, and above all, yearning, longing, intense burning desire. With all your heart, you must want to be different from what you are. Intense burning desire, combined with intention to make good, is the mainspring of action, the beginning of all successful ventures. In every great passion, desire is concentrated. As the hart panteth after the water brook, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Here, the soul is interpreted as the sum total of all you believe, think, feel, and accept as true. In other words, your present level of awareness. God means I am, the source and fulfillment of all desires. This quotation describes how your present level of awareness longs to transcend itself. Righteousness is the consciousness of already being what you want to be. Second, cultivate physical immobility, a physical incapacity, not unlike the state described by Keats in his Ode to a Nightingale. A drowsy numbness pains my senses, as though of hemlock I had drunk. It is a state akin to sleep, but one in which you are still in control of the direction of attention. You must learn to induce this state at will, but experience has taught that it is more easily induced after a substantial meal or when you awake in the morning feeling very loath to arise. Then you are naturally disposed to enter this state. So it's kind of like that dreamy state where you're like, kind of like taking a cat nap or almost falling asleep. You're totally aware, thinking, but you don't completely fall asleep. Then, okay, so at this place, you are naturally disposed to enter this state. The value of physical immobility, not moving your body, absolutely still. The value of physical immobility shows itself in the accumulation of mental force. So the insides are turning, but the outside's doing nothing. The accumulation of mental force with absolute stillness that it brings with the physical body. It increases your power of concentration. I always think of if you've ever been driving or looking for directions and you're in your car, why do we do this? We shut out all the noise. We might roll up the windows if it's loud, turn down the music. I need to focus. Like we need to shut out all outward distractions to concentrate on where we're going. Like as if, because it's the truth. Quiet brings that inner power of concentration to whatever we're doing. So even when we're trying to find parking or it's like we turn down the radio, we turn it off. We're like, shh, I gotta go. I'm parking. I gotta go. Like to focus. Isn't that, we do it naturally. Be still and know that I am God. In fact, the greater energies of the mind seldom break forth except when the body is still and the door of the senses closed to the objective world. So greater energies of the mind really don't show up except when our body is still, our eyes are closed, the five senses are tuned out to the outside world. So we're totally quiet and able to focus on the inside. The third and last thing to do is to experience in your imagination what you would experience in reality had you achieved your goal. You must gain it in imagination first, for imagination is the very door to the reality of that which you seek. So the third and last, okay. Remember, this is our, here, let me do a little better. This is our light. Oh, this is our light of imagination in our mind. Okay. A light of imagination, it shines onto the future where we're looking, what we're imagining, good or bad. And boop, 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 we're going to get there. We will get there. So it says, you must gain an imagination first. Step one, you must gain an imagination first. For imagination is the very door to the reality of that which you seek. But use imagination masterfully and not as an onlooker thinking of the end, but as a partaker thinking from the end. So use imagination masterfully and not as an onlooker thinking of the end. Excuse me. But use imagination masterfully, not as an onlooker thinking of the end, always walking, just thinking, this keeps moving, you keep moving, you never get there, you never get it, you're just thinking of it, it's always in front of you, in the future, thinking of the end, but as a partaker thinking from the end. Boop, you already have it. This is what's going on in your imagination. You already have it and it's already yours. You get emotionally involved with it, soaked with it. Look how tan I look when I put the blue up. Isn't that amazing? Now I'm white. Now I'm tan. Optical illusions. Color, light, cameras. That's what our eyeballs do too. Anyway, moving on. Okay. So don't be an onlooker with the carrot always in front of you. Be it now here. In your imagination, if only in your imagination, because that's what will end up to be in the real world, your reality, the outer reality. Imagine that you possess a quality or something you desire which has not yet come to pass. Surrender yourself completely to this feeling until your whole being is possessed by it. I've said this before. We very easily allow ourselves to be possessed and overtaken and just swim in what we don't want, the fears, the worries, the anxieties. Oh my gosh, I'm scared, oh my God, but you don't understand. Oh my God, look what's happening. We're totally feeling the negatives, but this is asking us, surrender yourself completely to the feeling of being what you want. So, oh my gosh, oh yes, oh, I can't wait. Keep me in your prayers. This is happening. Just totally let it happen. Be possessed by it. Because we've been possessed by things. That ain't good. Let's be possessed by angels, not by demons over here. This state differs from reverie in this respect. It is the result of a controlled imagination and a steadied concentrated attention. Whereas reverie is the result of an uncontrolled imagination, usually just a daydream. That's when the outside world's controlling you. You might have a good day and you're up on cloud 9 and the next day you fall. That's being controlled by the outside world. That's uncontrolled imagination. But here it's like steadied, controlled, eye on the prize. No matter what happens, you're unmoved. I remain unmoved. Doesn't matter. Ups or downs. Yeah, it's great. Good things happen. Fabulous. But if bad things happen, that's fabulous too, because I don't give a shit. I'm going straight. It is the controlled state. A minimum of effort suffices to keep your consciousness filled with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The physical and mental immobility of this state is a powerful aid to voluntary attention and a major factor of minimum effort. The application of these 3 points: desire, physical immobility, the assumption of the wish already fulfilled, is the way to at-one-ment or union with your objective. So start with a desire, something you want, whether it be, a relationship, health, financial goal, career goal, whatever you want. Maybe it's an ice cream cone tonight. I don't know. So start with a desire. Shut it out. Close your eyes. Do not move. Just keep your attention focused on the inside of that ice cream cone, of that physical goal, of that relationship goal. And just allow yourself to just be filled with the feeling. And then assume. Get through the feeling. So you start with the desire, then you be quiet and just feel your body with the feeling of having it. then assume it's already done. It's already happened. Oh my gosh. You just assume it. The first point is thinking of the end with intention to realize it. The third point is thinking from the end with the feeling of accomplishment. Okay, so the first point, desire, thinking of the end. You desire it. Oh my gosh, it is that carrot in front of you with the attention to realize it. I'm going to get that carrot. Okay. The third point is thinking from the end with the feeling of accomplishment. Assumption, the carrot in front of you. The secret of thinking from the end is to enjoy being it. So just having the desire isn't enough. That's what he's saying. We all have desires. How many people walk around and say they want this, want that for years and years? One day, having the desire and the dream is not enough. Having the desire and the dream is not enough. How many dreams and desires are buried in the grave? How many dreams and desires self-destruct, get to a point where they're just so unhappy. They do everything right. They're good people, but their dreams aren't coming true for whatever reason, whatever they've been told or they're telling themselves. They're being punished. They're guilty. It's bad karma. They're bad people. They're paying for mistakes. It's just their fate. God doesn't love them. Whatever. Desire is not enough. Desire is literally just thinking of the end, the carrot. And then the third point, assumption, assuming the wish already fulfilled. That's the feeling of accomplishment, already having it, the carrot in your hand. Carrot in your hand. The secret of thinking from the end is to enjoy it. Not of the end, but from the end. Is to enjoy it. Enjoy being it. The minute you make it pleasurable and imagine that you are it, you start thinking from the end. One of the most prevalent misunderstandings is this law works only for those having, this is good, okay. One of the most prevalent misunderstandings is that this law works only for those having a devout or religious objective. So only for religious people who go to church on Sundays or, temple or whatever. This is false. It works just as impersonally as the law of electricity works. Don't we know it? When we see this all the time. We're like, God, they're a butthole, they're a jerk. God, why do they always get whatever they want? We've talked about this. Whatever you get emotionally involved with, the law of assumption, it's impersonal. The godlike power within us is impersonal. It's the fertile soil. God is just that fertile soil. Whatever we plant in it will come to pass, good or bad. Now, will it survive? No, because just like a cancer cell who is very powerful and has intentions of not participating, not for the greater good, ends up destructing and dying off. It will not survive. Unfortunately, to the demise of all the healthy cells around it. That's why we have got to be the good cells. We have to plant good seeds in here for the world to counteract, to overcome, because it will overpower the healthy cells of our body and of the earth. Remember, the micro is the macro, the macro is the micro. So the minute you make it pleasurable and imagine that you are it, you start thinking from the end. Okay. One of the most prevalent misunderstandings, the place where people get it twisted, is that you gotta be holy, you gotta be religious. No, that's false. This whole law works, the law of assumption, assuming you already have it, it works so impersonally. It's just as the law of electricity works. It can be used for greedy, selfish purposes as well as noble ones. But it should always be borne in mind that ignoble thoughts and actions inevitably result in unhappy consequences, kind of like what I just said. It's the law. You end up getting out what you put out. You're getting back what you put out. So if you ever see someone, and trust me, I've been around people, worked with people, experienced people who I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They get theirs. You don't got to worry about it. Law, Mother Nature is working just as the sun will rise tomorrow. You don't have to play God. You don't have to be the judge and the jury. If you want to, you're wasting your energy, fine. Of course, if there's an atrocity, you could stop it, go for it. But just normal, if someone is just living their life in a way that you don't agree with, number one, it's not your business. But number two, you can rest in the fact that they will destruct. They will destruct. As sure as the sun will come up tomorrow, they will, hopefully, they will destruct. You don't got to worry about it. So I love this. Neville reminds us. Essentials, the 3 steps: desire, physical immobility, the assumption of the wish already fulfilled. Having the desire, can't just stop there. Step 1, that's thinking of the end, the carrot in front of you. You gotta hold it in. Step 2, shut out all the outside world, go inside, be still, and know that I am God. The I am is here. I and my Father are one, but the Father is greater than I. We have godlike power, but we're not God. But if we come from the source, it's like the ocean, the example of the ocean. We're just little, take a whole cup of ocean water, like my Christmas cup in the middle of August. Okay, ocean is life. That's God, that's everything, the oneness. When you came down to planet Earth, you scooped up a cup of ocean water. This is you, piece of ocean water. When you die, you get poured right back into the ocean. So if the ocean is all that is, the creator, the being, big honcho, God, I'm a cup of God. I am a cup of God. Good morning, good afternoon. So we do have that godlike power, but we are not God. And we can use it. It's impersonal. We can use it however we want, but depending on how we use it, for good, we will get good. For bad, we will get bad. It's the law. And I love that. As I've grown older and done study, God to me, some people say God is love, God is this. Great. For me, the best, so good. God is law. God is law. God is precise, mathematical. God is numerical, numbers, astronomy, like Pythagoras. It's just law. God is law. God is gravity. God is the tide. God is the sun, the moon, the rotation. God is exact, precise. 9 months for a baby. Some people don't take 12. Some people, it's like, it's precise. It's nature. God is nature. So good. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, desire is not enough. What's going on Facebook? Let's check it out. All right. Yes, desire is not enough. Keep on moving, get quiet, get still, go inside, and be still and know that I am. And whatever follows I am will be. We can create anything we want out of it. And just assume you're already there. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow.